That's amazing. I mean, it's amazing working on great IPs, but to get to invent an IP.
All right.
We're good.
To build a whole new sci-fi
Check.
world
Pretty
from a
good.
blank canvas.
Check, Mike.
I mean,
All right, cool.
for creatives like us.
We're back.
and
We
our
are
team,
back.
I mean,
Thank
that's-
God. I don't know if we lost half the chat. We probably definitely lost half. We lost
basically
everyone.
Started
So
from
that's
zero.
okay. We're back.
We
Maybe they'll get
created
another notification.
100
We'll see. So these guys are
years
talking now
lore,
about stuff. Let's
you
hear
know,
what they have
going
to say.
back to like, all of the seismic conflict that destroyed our planet.
TV.
The colonization of a new planet, working with these incredible scientists to know how that would really happen, to how it would then go disastrously wrong. Because, I mean, you've seen the trailer, you've played the game now, you know this is a dark game. I mean, and that was really important to us in building the shooter, that we wanted to build a game that was not clean sci-fi.
Right.
This is a brutal, nightmarish world that you're going into.
Yeah, you're not lying about that. And I've consumed quite a bit of sci-fi in my time, from games to movies and stuff. This one takes the cake as being one of those darker stories. But you know what? I feel like right now, everyone else, I want to get them in the same frame of mind. So we're going to show a little bit more here. We got a nice video for you guys to check out. This right here is World and Story. Check it out.
World and story. So no gameplay yet. We are definitely... Yeah, we're live. We're streaming. Is the chat back? The chat is kind of probably back. Are we back, guys? Are we back, chat? Tell us. Please say yes.
We came to Enoch looking for
Text
hope.
Booker, thank you very much for the super
A
chat.
fresh start on an untouched planet.
All right, we're back. That was a great start. We'll delete that video Snapchat. It'll never happen.
Then, we found the signal. So we set out to discover its source. That was our first encounter with the anomaly.
Are we back? Zendru, can you tell me? Nitro, are we back?
When the storm struck, the Outriders were forced back into cryosleep.
Not. No, we're not back.
While we
It
slept,
says we're back. It says we're streaming.
the anomaly
Guys, can you let us
raged,
know if we're
and
back?
the creatures of Enoch advanced. 30 years later, when we finally woke, the world had changed. But so had we. With our advanced technology rendered useless by the anomaly, a successful colonization wasn't possible. But after all these years, the signal is still out there. And at its source, a chance to find answers. To start again.
Oof, it went from...
Okay, all right. So there was a whole lot to digest there in that trailer. So, all right, let me recollect a little bit. Wait a second, let me recollect. So humanity leaves Earth. Then the Outriders go to
Okay.
Enoch.
So what?
the
So
new planet Enoch.
again,
They're the
I'm
first to
really
land
looking
there.
forward to that
Then
gameplay.
they discover a
We have not got
mysterious
that
signal.
yet.
And then everything goes to hell. Am I right about that, Josh?
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
you can sort
Sorry,
of
guys, we got the
There
chat
we
back
go.
up now.
Here we go.
that,
There we go.
you know, this is the last gasp of humanity. Earth is gone. And these 500,000 refugees are on this ark ship to this lush, green new planet. It's a second chance for humanity. And the Outriders are
No
like
gameplay
the
yet, yeah.
vanguard of this crew. They're the first ones to land on the planet, first boots on the ground. They're the ones who are going to be the mercenaries and explorers that kind of begin this colonization process. But then they get their first taste of the anomaly, and yeah, everything goes to shit.
Really? Okay, I'm interested to know more about the anomaly, but first I need to ask you, what's the signal? Because there was a big, point in that trailer. There was a big plot point. So, what is the importance of the signal? Can you guys tell me?
This thing we cannot tell because
He's trying. He's
it's
done well.
one of the biggest mystery of this planet.
No spoilers.
But it's important is the reason for a player to start a
tell.
journey.
Okay, so it's the motive for the players to figure out what that signal is. And what's the anomaly? What is that?
I can tell you this. You first see it, as you did in the trailer, as the storm that kind of throws everything.
Okay.
So we haven't seen gameplay yet. We're still seeing story and lore right now.
This looks like a cutscene you might see in the game.
When if you get hit by the storm, most people it just tears apart, but some people get rebuilt.
Is this a looter
come
shooter?
back
yes,
as
it
gone.
is.
We sure?
And
Yeah,
this
I've
is
seen
what
some
happens
screenshots. I've seen like a
to
loot
you, right?
screenshot,
When
so
you
it looks
wake up
exactly like
30
Destiny
years
loot
later,
page, actually.
you discover that the flora and fauna of this planet has been hyper evolved. These little critters that were really cute at the beginning are not so cute anymore, and your whole DNA has been rebuilt, and you are now what they call on Enoch the Altered.
Wow. All right, so the anomaly
Whoa.
is essentially what's giving
Yeah.
everyone their powers.
He's trying to get into it.
Okay, and I also saw in that trailer there were a couple more humans that looked like they had some abilities as well, some powers per se. Is it safe to call them altered?
It's not an
as well?
RTS, guys. This
Are
is
they
definitely a
villains? Are they
third-person
bad guys?
shooter,
Oh, yeah,
just so
yeah.
you know.
I wasn't
People are
getting
saying an
involved.
RTS. It's not. It's a
Okay.
third-person shooter.
But not villains.
It's the next
Try
Anthem.
to
It's
avoid
Anthem next.
overall using
It's
villains,
Anthem 2.0,
heroes,
guys.
Good guy and bad guys. Overall, we try to make universe where everything is quite colors of gray.
Yeah,
Yes.
morally, everyone is morally questionable, from you to the people you're fighting.
Yes.
Right.
And really, the whole world is trying to
Exactly.
kill you.
And the same with others you will meet during your journey. Some
It's
of them
third
will
person.
be
I saw
maybe
some
against you,
very
some
brief
of them
snippets of
maybe will help
gameplay
you.
Right,
from
so it's
Game
not really
Informer, and
just
they
that
showed a
cut and
third-person
dry.
shooter.
Well,
So
if it's good
unless
or
that was
bad,
like
everything's kind of just
for the trailers or whatever, it's actually first person, or maybe you can switch between the two. I don't know, but it's definitely. I definitely saw third
about what
person.
we saw
Like
in that
Gears of
trailer as
War.
far as the Outriders that we saw. Is that who I'm going to be playing as?
You can, but
Yeah.
you can also create your own Outrider because we have a customization options, so you can choose if you want to be a female,
getting softer.
man.
Yeah,
if
I
you
feel
want
like it's getting
to
softer.
Choose what kind of hair you want to wear, what kind of markings, scars. So it's up to you what you want to play.
I play with a mohawk and a big ass beard.
That seems like what I would
Relatable,
imagine
guys.
that's kinda like how
Nice.
you feel
Relatable.
inside, like a
Yeah,
character.
if I could grow a mohawk again, I promise I would.
So it's cool. It's cool that you don't have to play as the Outriders you saw in that trailer. I think that's really important for everyone to know that you can create your own character. That's some
And not only
customization.
that, but we have these incredible actors playing both the male and female versions of the main character. So you get
Turn the aircon
really your own unique
Keep it on to
version
the side.
of Outriders when you play.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's really cool. So when you create your Outrider and you're out there and you're playing co-op with your friends, how does that work? And how does it work when you're trying to tell a story, but you have 3 people all playing in the same game?
It's really cool, actually.
I love his
because
scripted questions.
We've got about 90 minutes of cutscenes and about 2 hours of additional side quest cutscenes. And it's epic.
His
And
reactions
in every
are,
one of those
"Wow,
cutscenes, your character with all of your gear and customization, you are the star of that scene. But your buddies are in the scene with you in the background with their gear and customization. And what's really cool is that when they see the same cutscene at the same time as you do, they're the star of the scene. And you're in the background with all your gear and customization.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. So everybody gets to
I feel like he
represent
thought that was
and
much
be
cooler than it actually was, and he
Yeah.
kind of like
their
waited,
friend's
like,
game
be
as well
impressed.
as their own.
Please clap.
It didn't land.
You can see
It
this
didn't land as
land.
well as he wanted.
supporting star and everyone else's.
At the same time,
Yeah, at the
exactly.
same time. That's really cool. I want to know a little bit more about the story because I feel like that trailer gave us a good taste for the grim and the dark.
I really hate how they do
environment,
this sort of
atmosphere
stuff
that
with
you're
like
getting
the
ready to enter,
fucking
but
lore
where does it go
exposition and
beyond
stuff.
it? Does it
First.
get
People want to see
darker?
the game. Show them a cool game first, and then they'll pay attention to your lore. They're not going to start
Exactly
paying attention to your game
I would
because you're
say
like,
it's
you have a
kind
cool
of
story.
classic
No, it doesn't work that way.
journey to
Anthem,
darkness.
God,
It's got,
that was the
like,
worst.
real
Yeah.
1970s
Is this the Anthem killer we've been waiting for?
apocalypse
Says
And
Slam Her
you,
Clan.
as you go to the signal,
What a name! What a
in this
name!
caravan
Thank you very much,
through
friend.
this war-torn wasteland, and you go all the way to the very edge of civilization, and
I completely agree. To talk so much about something that we've
world
barely
out
seen
there
yet, no
to
one
explore.
is
Yeah.
interested yet.
And
Yeah.
it's filled.
Everyone's
with
you get
history
pissed
and
off. You get hostile towards it. You like
that
stop
we're
wasting my
only just
time.
beginning to touch on in this first game.
Speaking of which, is there any more you can tell us about Enoch? Because I feel like we kind of got a taste for how dark it can be and how lush it can be at the very same time. Is there any more you can expound upon?
Overall, I think that Enoch is one of the protagonists of this game.
Yeah.
He's almost like a character
He's talking.
in the
Oh,
game.
really?
No, he spoke
Yes,
before.
so
Oh, did he?
It has
Yeah,
so
I
many
didn't see it.
mysteries and so many secrets you will have to discover.
And it's
that
big too. I
And
mean,
it's
that's
big,
what
yeah,
I really
exactly.
love. That it goes
look,
from
this
like
world-
the mud and the grit.
We don't know anything yet, but
what
That's
feels
cool. I like
you know,
that. That looks
like
interesting.
almost a World War I on an alien planet.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, but then
It's like Death
beyond that,
Stranding.
you go
Yeah.
past
It looks very Death Stranding.
the edge,
But
and there are forests, and there are mountains, and there are deserts, and each of these places is bigger than the last. And it's not an open world. I think that's important to say.
Okay, it's not an open world.
But it's
probably a
more
hub
of
world then.
like a hub and spoke structure. So you go with your caravan, and when you land in these places, that becomes your core, and then you move out from there in every direction, getting to explore and find more and more.
Right, very cool, very cool. I like that because you guys are using these RPG elements to tell this story, and the story appears to be vast. So I can't wait to jump in, and it's just so intriguing to hear what you guys have to say about it. But while we're on the subject of RPG elements, I think it would be cool right now to dive a little bit deeper into what those exactly are.
Here we
why don't
go.
we go ahead and take a look
This is the bread and
at
butter.
RPG elements in Outriders.
RPG elements, guys. Pay attention. Listen up. Not presented at final
Here
quality.
we go. There you do that.
Gameplay cinematics and game engine capture. We might see like 3% of actual
As
gameplay
we
here, guys.
venture across Enoch, we discover a violent new world. While we slept, those that survived the anomaly did what they could to carve out a living, and something resembling society took shape. We scavenged for weapons.
That
and
looks just like
trade
Anthem.
with
Like
low
that character
resources.
right there
We
looked like a
give
javelin.
ourselves
I
a
swear to
fighting
God. I was like,
chance
wait
to
a second.
Yeah.
We engineer vehicles from scrap.
Okay, that's kind of
and
cool.
sail towards
That's
the
how I like
Vehicle
that.
customization.
And as we push farther into the unknown, our powers grow, alongside our knowledge of how to use
So I got
them.
abilities. Okay.
Yeah. Fighting grunts. Nice.
Nice. A little ground pound.
But as we start to understand our power, we discover there are others who have paid a heavier price.
The villain. Or maybe not.
I think. Yeah. That's the villain. I wonder if there's going to be PvP in this game.
It looks very. Yeah, it looks like it probably will be.
I don't know.
This
I don't know
is
about that.
pitched for PS5 and Xbox Series One X, right?
And also current gen consoles.
And current gens, of course.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, guys, there's a whole lot of fun happening.
We didn't see any
in that
gameplay
right
again.
there.
No,
So much stuff to
that was
talk
no
about,
gameplay.
I
Yeah,
wanna
it was
break
all
down
cinematic, yeah.
Some of the RPG elements that I'm seeing here, because this looks like a lot, man. Do you think people are going to be surprised with how robust the RPG elements in
Do you think
Outriders
people will
are?
be surprised by how good your game is?
Because on the one hand we
Mr. Burns, your campaign has all the momentum of a runaway freight train. Why are you so popular?
Games, not with the shooters.
Okay, so you say common. What are some other traditional RPG elements that you guys added into Outriders?
Okay, so I think in our game the most common and traditional elements are the side quests, the skill tree, the classes.
Okay, side quest and skill
of course,
tree.
The loot and
Right.
the rarity of it.
Loot. Yeah.
Right.
Now, all of you like in the RPG games we have in our game.
Right, and lots of customization. It looks like as well too.
Oh yeah, everything can be customized.
Right. Well, one thing I noticed, you guys were customizing an Outriders truck in that trailer too. Well, tell me about that. What is this Outriders truck, and what can I do with it?
Outrider truck is basically your home. So when you are moving somewhere, you're taking your truck with you and your friends that will join this truck and your journey. But the funny thing is when you join your other colleagues in the
Zendru, don't be so
multiplayer
cynical,
multiplayer
Zendru.
game, then you create a convoy.
The
I
game.
would say probably that you can't drive the trucks. By the way, the trucks are kind of your home.
you have your own driver, so
Yeah.
you're the boss here.
You can't drive the trucks.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
right,
So they're like your orbiter
It's a hub
in
and home
Warframe
thing.
or whatever. It's just like a home where you can customize it, but you can't drive
Of
it.
course, and what's more, you
Kinda
can
sucks.
add some trophies to this truck. To
This
show
is all
off
gonna
what
be
you have done
microtransactions,
in the
man.
game.
I can
Oh,
already see
100%.
This is all just like
You're gonna see how it's all right for the picking.
It's all gonna have dollar signs next to it.
That's cool.
And
That's
it's really cool too because like then when you're with your friends like and you're this convoy, when you come and you create
This
a
is
hub
kinda
at
looking like
places
Gears of
you
War
land,
Anthem.
You kind of create almost
That's
like
what
a
it's kinda
circle,
looking
like
like.
a wagon circle.
Yeah.
You know, and like all your buddies are there, and also your characters are there. Your NPC core convoy characters are there, and they can do things like upgrade your weapons and repair things.
Prepare the new loot for you, so a lot of you can do side quests for them. To more familiarize with them, you can chat.
Yeah, you can actually sit around the campfire and hear stories about old Earth.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So a bit of a safe space for you and your buddies, right?
So no, I definitely would not call it that.
That one with your convoy, but like other towns,
I don't think this guy knows what the
you can
phrase
kinda
safe
camp out
space
too.
Yeah, there are
means.
these settlements that you come across where after the failed colonization of Enoch, the survivors have kind of gathered in these, crowds.
Yeah, I think that's actually a problem with the television.
Of safety from the
'Cause it's
storms.
at 50
and the
now.
Endless war.
Unless
and
we
kind of
haven't
eke
turned it
out
up at
this
all.
survival
Or did you hear it turn up?
No, it definitely turns up.
Feels very gritty, very real, but there's real lives going on there, and you can get involved in these side quests. You can help people with their stories. People are not so nice. That you find, and there's vendors, right, that have these really unique items you only get in these specific locations. So yeah, and each of these are a hub as well that you find yourself in.
Right. I noticed when I was playing, actually, too, I was in one of the towns. I think it was Rift City,
Yeah,
I believe I was
Rift Town.
in. Rift Town. Yeah, I was there, and I went up to the vendor.
Yeah.
Get 'em
Jeez.
right.
There, and it was like almost, I wanted to buy it, but I didn't have enough scrap to get it. But since we're on the subject, I want to talk more about the gear in this game, because there's like a ton of gear from what I saw. How many weapons are in this game?
A lot.
There's so much.
Oh, there we go. That's
No,
enough.
that's
We're
it.
so
Nice.
proud of them because they're super cool.
Yeah, there's incredible artists.
Cool looking
working on
armor
this
too.
game.
Like,
Yes,
yeah.
because at the beginning you will start with the.
Oh, Alex
something that
just
will
got
have
announced for
scavenge.
20 March
The more you
23rd release.
progress,
Nice.
The more
Half-Life
the
Alyx.
really?
more
Sweet.
crazy the guns will become.
Thanks for
Yeah,
that,
there's this
Pedro.
amazing sense of like
soon.
the first
Good.
guns that you're using really are like like World War I, World War II, really heavy ballistic artillery that feel like you've built them out of just crap that you found,
Yeah.
right? But as you go further into this world and deeper,
See, look at that. That's
Yeah,
just
it's really-
Destiny.
Oh
right
my
there.
god, that's so Destiny.
It's
That
super Destiny.
Wow.
They really should have done something else, because that is a bit. That's a bit of a piss take.
Even like the
Even the background, the
gradients.
gradients, and
Yes.
everything, like the whole thing is
Blowing
just,
the shit out of
yeah,
people.
it's a bit much.
It's really cool.
Overall, we wanted to reflect the true items, the world and story around us. So we are moved from the
I'm really
later
enjoying this
classics and
engaging
yeah,
gameplay
Yeah,
with you,
yeah, I
Sleepy
know.
Guy. Thank
I
you
mean,
very much.
we're now half an hour in.
Yeah,
you know,
this is annoying.
This is a piss take.
Square did the same thing with Avengers. They're like, we're
Avengers.
just gonna fucking show you all the stuff you don't want to see, and just we'll take our time. We'll get to it when we're good and ready. Thank you very much.
Right? The gear
Just
goes
thought I'd
in the
learn
color
by now.
coding when you're looting. Is it similar to like other
For
RPGs?
traditional, we are using Rarity. So the more.
That is so Destiny! Oh my
god!
god!
That
Oh
that
my
has to
god!
be a
Are you
joke.
serious?
Even the mouse thing.
Oh
you
my
know?
god! Wow!
People will be not lost.
That's embarrassing, dude. Incredible artist.
Oh my god!
I have no
Wow.
I have no doubt this
Wow.
looks beautiful. And they've got interesting ideas, but the UI looks, the menus, and that just looks ridiculous.
Acquiring points you can spend on the skill tree. And through skill tree, you are changing how your character behaves on the battleground. So you can become more powerful, your skills can be more important now than guns, or maybe you like guns more than skills.
Right.
Or maybe you want to change your speed or how you behave in the combat.
Wow.
So all of this together,
Fuck's sake, Destiny 3.
will define how your end game works.
So I can like increase my health.
That's crazy.
Damage.
Destiny could sue, someone said. Fuck, they probably could. No, they couldn't. But
So
it
you
looks
choose your
so
own
similar.
perfect way through it.
That's cool.
It's very important that each class has his own separate skill tree.
Right.
So there are classes with their own
basically
skill
you
trees. Cool.
differentiate your character and make it according to your play style. You can just fine tune it.
Exactly.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I imagine that works really good with what we're getting ready to talk about next, which is the classes and the powers. I guarantee you guys, this is the section
Okay.
you've been waiting for. We got a
Cool.
little video to show you first, and then we're going to deep dive into this stuff. Check it out.
We've also got a very funny character called Kate 7.
Many threats stand between us and the source of the
So much
signal.
louder now. See, the interview's
know
really
what's-
no, the interview's really quiet.
Oh,
They've
I
just got
see.
the audio
We've been
mix
turning
wrong.
it
Those
up.
of us who
Yeah.
survived exposure to the anomaly moved beyond our physical limits. We've become altered. As pyromancers, we manipulate explosive volcanic energy and devastating walls of flames. As tricksters, we manipulate the fabric of time and space to take our enemies by surprise.
Okay, that's cool. I like that idea.
And as devastators, we shatter the earth around us, a brute force powered by the planet itself.
Okay, so you got like a fire mage, you got like a
Melee,
no, like
punchy, like a strong
And
dude.
so our journey
teleporting
across the
person,
dark
and then a
begins.
earth
To
mage.
discover what
shaman.
lies at the heart of the
I
signal.
thought he was running up to punch them, that's why.
Sorry, it's a bit loud this bit, guys. It's Charles. But they might hear it through the mic as well. They might hear it twice. So
Again,
it's 3 classes, ability driven. They have a skill tree. You level them up. They all have their own unique skill tree.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, this is the part of the show
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've all been waiting for. We're getting ready to break down
35
these
minutes and still no
classes. You just
gameplay.
saw the
Oh, come on.
Pyromancer, the Devastator, and the Trickster.
I mean, we are
but to
seeing
my
we're
knowledge,
seeing cinematics.
sort of gameplay, sort of
We're
not
seeing
really. I mean, it's
details.
cinematics. I agree. It's not gameplay, but at least it's like not. It's not like pre-rendered
So how do these
cutscenes,
classes work?
as in like full motion video. It's like actual
Space
gameplay engine stuff.
For
Hopefully.
everyone who likes a lot of movement around the arena.
I mean, that's all
For
cinematic.
people who like to
That's
go
also
behind the enemies. Next one
Problem is all that
Pyromancer,
stuff gets
a
touched
lot
up.
of
You know what I mean?
damage,
So
you like
yeah, we do need to
array
see
of
actual
effects,
gameplay.
Or downgraded.
Totally
of
agree.
Fire, that's for you. The last one is Devastator, guy for like to fight at the short range.
accent
Guys
is
like
that?
to be tanky,
that
buffy.
French?
I think that's the people can fly out Polish.
Are they?
That's for
Yeah.
me.
That's for you.
Oh,
So
it
guys
looks
like
like he
me
works
just
at
like to run
Secret
straight into
Red.
the action without consulting his teammates.
Okay.
That's me. I love it.
No, I'm totally the guy who like I'm time and space, right? Like I'm the trickster. I like to like. All right, so there's this really cool thing you can do. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna take over. Where you like set your like teleport exit, right? And then you sneak up and you teleport in right behind all of the fuckers, and you do this like temporal slicing
Language.
that like freezes
Shameful.
their bodies, and then they become translucent. You see their skeletons like dissolve inside, and then just as the big motherfuckers coming at you,
Jesus.
Wow, he's really laying that
loving-
language
he's
down,
loving the
man.
language.
So cool.
I mean, not even the laymen swear that much.
I mean,
We get
wow.
demonetized all the time on YouTube.
I love how he's explaining it, but not showing it.
Yeah.
That's the thing here.
Yeah.
This is the whole stream.
Oh wait, we're gonna see some of this what he just described,
No,
maybe.
Maybe.
So paint the scene for me. Where are
No.
we? Right here.
this is the war zone.
Okay,
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Gameplay.
All right.
First wakes up from cryo.
Okay, so we've got cover-based shooting, snap to cover.
Oh, okay, looks
hard
very
cover
Division.
system.
You know, basically the idea is that one of
Very
the
This
aspects of
UI
humanity that
is the
it
worst
kills
I've ever
all
seen.
around.
God,
I
that's
can't
busy as
believe it.
fuck.
I can't believe that UI.
So humanity
It's so
has been
boring, and it's
reduced
so
to
Immediately it jumps out at me as being like, you need to change this.
Pre-World War I technology. So that's what this feels like. It's like trenches and tanks, but on an alien planet.
That UI is
It needs to be like 50%
The enemies
smaller.
you're fighting, these are the insurgents who are you're the ECAs at war with.
Yeah.
Of course, they don't call themselves that. They call themselves the Exiles. And
I don't really
you
see
know,
anything.
understanding
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
really-
this is not a
tragedy,
great
story
segment to
behind
show
this
off.
War is a big part of the mystery that you're solving.
It really feels
Right
like
now
we're
we're
running
looking
at
at
like
the
20
Trickster.
FPS as well.
Am I
Like,
correct in saying that?
Yep, yeah, the
Hard
trick.
to see.
So now we see the temporal slice. So first ability, you see that you are slowing everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay,
later
that's
killing
kinda
them.
cool.
That's cool.
Right
Good
now
animation.
this is slow trap, so that's really cool. You are fast, but you can even slow
Right,
down
yeah,
the enemies,
yeah.
which makes you even faster.
And
That's cool.
Oh, so
even
that's
though
the
bullets
time
going
slow
in
down in
slow
that
motion
area.
Inside that bubble. you're,
okay.
like,
Oh, you can
totally
dodge bullets, I guess. So that's a cool
Oh,
idea.
okay, I like that. I
That's
do
nice.
like that. You can see them coming now.
Yeah,
that's
Yes.
cool. I like that.
Body parts we fly
Right.
over in slow motion.
Right,
yeah.
right. I
Yeah, look,
noticed that
visually
your
this
health
was such a bad
was
thing to
low.
show
How
off.
did you
Like,
know
it just
that?
looks
You're
so
receiving
it needs to be
some
washed
pressure
out,
yourself
brown,
for your assassination.
small draw
That's why you're
distances.
doing damage is what gives you your health back.
It's
This right here is the Devastator, correct?
Yes, that's your favorite class.
Yes.
So the
This is my
reckless
class
guy.
right here. This is who I'm gonna play.
Here we are healing when you are close to the enemies.
This looks like
then you are
Strange
healing
Brigade.
them, so
Wow,
the
that's
more enemies
actually
around you,
really
the
true,
better.
to be honest. And
the
I
skill we are
was like
seeing
one of the
is the
3
earthquake.
people that
So
played
basically
Strange
like
Brigade.
the
So
haven't
yeah,
played that.
shotgun,
I know what you're talking about. You're
so
actually
you
quite
can
right about
synergize
that.
it together and kill a lot of enemies. in
It's
the
just so
close-
busy,
close
and
combat.
it's so
So
foggy.
the
Like
next
it's
skill we see right
unpleasant to
now
look
is
at.
the basically armor. It's a golem.
Oh, that's
you are
cool.
changing into the.
I think they were going
almost
for
indestructible
the
guy.
idea that this was going to be like engaging.
One of the Titan ground slams.
That's exactly what I need.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Yes.
Oh, man, I like it. I like how his skin's like rock solid and everything, or his or her,
I
depending on.
think they
which way
thought
you
that
decide
the
to go in
floating
conversation.
shit was.
Oh,
gonna
that
be,
aim. That's some
That's great.
polygon aim right
That's
there.
Takeshi right there.
That's Dean Takeshi playing.
Rift Town?
Rift Town, yes. It's a Rift Town.
Yeah, this is one of the first large hubs in the game you come to.
Okay, this is Fort
tower.
Tower. This is
Basically
Fort
like
Tarsus,
that.
guys. I
This
am.
is the tower, but
This is it's Fort Tower. That's what it is.
And the monsters have started coming, and the insurgency has started rising. Those who are loyal to the ECA have retreated into this rift for protection. This is like one of the first places on Enoch where a kind of
Why do
civilization
they have
has
this UI
survived.
thing with these lines? Like, what are you doing? What are you trying to achieve with these lines in the corner of your screen?
It is a harsh, broken world
Yeah.
that you find in this place. But
Yeah.
it's also the first time in the game.
At
they
least
really
I think
slow
there's
down
very little
Yeah.
chance
start
that
to
the
kind of
visuals in this
explore and
game
start
will
to
get a
kind of
downgrade full
unravel
launch.
some
It doesn't look great.
mysteries that are a key part of this
I think
game.
these are the visuals that will
feels
ship.
desolate,
I mean,
but
I
hopeful.
thank God for being
Like,
honest.
But it's
about
on
that.
next gen. Wait,
how does the
I want.
loot
This has to be the
work? I
best
noticed there's
showcase. This has to be
vendors.
like
Can I
next gen
buy and
graphics,
sell
right?
Yeah.
things with the vendors,
This
like
looks like-
gear or whatever?
Yeah.
Barely this
overall, you have
gen.
finding a lot of stuff.
Looks like late
in the world.
PS3.
Yeah,
Looks like late PS3.
Money for it, so our money is called scrap, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
you will have bad luck, let's say.
I just
you
can't
will
believe how
find the
Destiny
cool
that
loot,
hard.
you can
The
buy it
right
from
isn't
vendors.
so Destiny,
Or
but the
maybe you are
left
missing some
is
item that you
very
want.
Destiny.
Or maybe there will be some mod you want to purchase.
Purple, like even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
colours of it.
Right.
And
I mean,
Oh,
that's
that's
pretty
scrap.
standard stuff
You
across
can-
the
no,
board.
but there's different types of purples.
How do I move from one environment and get to the next?
So the story's carrying you forward, and the journey.
They
is
can't go
really
ahead with this.
important, and
They
every
can't.
time
Like
you
in
kind
terms
of
of the
move,
way it
you
looks.
open up a whole new area.
The
adjacent
menu,
to
the
your hub.
UI is
And
so
once you've
busy.
captured an area, so to speak, you can fast travel in between them.
Oh, is that what that flag thing
Yeah,
is right
yes,
there?
exactly.
Ah, got
Yeah.
it, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's a fast travel thing, okay.
Where are we here?
So this is the first city.
Are we
that
watching
I
this on
mentioned
max
earlier,
settings?
Okay.
Like,
which is now totally
in terms of the
ruins.
stream?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
we
city.
are.
I don't see a city.
That's max settings.
That can't.
It was
the-
supposed to be. This was sort of
Look at
like,
it. It looks
like
so
the place
like
that the colonization
not
started.
great.
Right.
Yeah.
That huge thing that we saw on the horizon, like dominating the skyline. So that's the engine of the Ark ship that brought us here. And the whole idea of the colonization plan was that that was going to be our nuclear energy source that would power the city. But then the anomaly
See, they had the
hit,
perfect
and
scapegoat for this.
that
Like,
thing
if they
melted
showed some
down
really
and
awesome
radiated
graphics and couldn't
half the
deliver them, they'd be
city,
like,
and,
we
you know,
showed them
those
for next
good
gen, guys. Like, that's next gen.
could
So
have
sorry,
exiles
like.
we're trapped out here. So this is now home base of the insurgents.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I like
okay,
that.
now
That's
we're
pretty
talking.
cool.
Yeah, that's
And,
not
okay, I guess
bad.
we're moving on here to the Pyromancer. This is a lot of fire.
Yeah, this is Pyromancer. All is about the fire and ash.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not-
This okay. Look, here's the thing, right? Remnant. This bit kind of looks very Remnant from the
filled
ashes.
with
And I think if you
enemies,
watch
filled
Remnant, you're kind of like, it doesn't look great. When you play Remnant, you're like, this is actually really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's possible
It was
that
a very
this-
good game.
It's possible that this comes together really well when you play it. I mean, like, obviously, we're just reacting to it here live. We don't know until we play it what it's actually like. It's
Sure.
possible that it plays much better than it looks. I will say that it looks very average right now. Nothing about this is jumping out at me.
Yeah.
But,
Look, I mean,
you know, again, it's possible that in the playing, it's actually pretty good.
But when you're going to when you're looking to show gameplay, especially when you
Yeah.
are touting that this is going to be on next gen, and that's a selling point for you.
It's a big selling
Oh,
point.
that's gonna be fun.
For the graphics to look so underwhelming, it's a huge, oof, you know.
This is right up my
But I'm
alley.
hopeful for the game. It does look interesting. Like, I do want to play it.
I don't think it looks interesting. That's the point. That's my principal issue with it. Nothing about this as a concept interests me.
I like the idea if they can meld together, you know, Division behind walls and Gears of War and a bit of a Anthem fauna kind of big stuff in a world. Like,
And that
I'd
gear
like
right
to
there
explore
is
that.
Badass. Is that kind of the gear that you get
Yeah.
toward the end of the game?
Oh yeah, this is a game that is about going on a journey to solve
Destiny and said,
major
"Really, we
mystery."
can make
And
that."
Daily
kick-ass
fatigue bar,
gear.
thank you very much.
About
Buddy.
it. The place you start this game is so far from where you end up. You go from playing as a human to something way beyond. You leave humanity behind.
Yeah, leave humanity behind. That's kind of how I feel sometimes when I watch the news. I'm like totally for that sentiment. All right, guys, and that about does it for the Outriders revealed stream. The world's press and media, they've already played the game, and right after the stream, they are going to flood the internet with the content of all their playthroughs, so make sure you check that out. And guys,
3 out of
thank you so
10s.
much for your time sitting here and chatting with me. And
that
I
it?
cannot wait to play the game. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's a lot more you guys are going
Okay.
to reveal
Hang
between
on,
now
let me finish.
and when the game comes out, which is later this year. So guys, if you want to know all the updates that are happening with this game, make sure you check out Outriders.net. And
mute
with that, guys, thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the chat, man.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay,
so let's just keep it in the background and mute it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look,
So that was Outriders.
the thing about this is a lot of people didn't have a lot to go off, so I think, I for one, I didn't have an expectation per se, because I wasn't sure what we were getting, because there was so little shown. Especially from that trailer a few days ago, it just showed some random generic cinematic. Look, do I feel like there was a lot there? Look, it's kind of showing what's under the hood, you know, a little bit.
Well, look, I don't really think you can expect any surprises after what we've just seen. Like, I think there's a tendency to look at reveals when we're a bit disappointed with them and be like, oh, I'm sure there's lots more that we haven't seen. Like,
It's not that I'm disappointed. I just think it's more like, I guess I would have liked to see the game running more. That's what I would have liked to see. We only really saw one area, or two areas for sure, but
in the cinematic it showed multiple landscapes, and I would have liked to see just this game running for a good 20 minutes.
I mean, I don't know. I just, again, like we saw what it's like running. Like we know what, I feel like we know what this game is. And I feel seeing another 20 minutes of that, I don't really think would have like radically changed our minds. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's more of I wasn't expecting to see more different types of things. I just wanted to see the game running and see, maybe more enemies, different types of guns, different types of environments. I mean, they just spent 40 minutes. It was a good 35 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Of just talking about it, and the last 8 minutes was gameplay.
Yeah, look,
and I feel like, if you're really going to be getting a lot of people to tune in for a full hour and kind of promoting this as let's reveal this, and you only show 8 minutes of reveal, I don't know. I think that's a bad move, and they did that with Avengers. You're right, and I think they shouldn't have done that.
I feel like, I think there's a lot of love for this studio, People Can Fly, because they did Bulletstorm. People want this to succeed, but I think people are also naturally very skeptical of it, because one, it's been very clear that it's sort of like a live service type game, and people are very hostile towards that. And two, I'd say, there's not any sort of unique hook that really makes this stand out. And three, now that we've seen it in action, this is just so much of what we've already seen before, with between the Division and it's like cover-based shooting and Gears, crossed with Anthem and it's kind of like art style. Like one of the characters look like a javelin, with the the menus of Destiny, like 1-to-1.
I just can't believe that.
With the classes of like Destiny, like 3 classes with ability-driven skill tree, whatever else. It just feels like, let's just take all the things that we already know exist and let's put them into one game without giving it a unique hook. Like, to Anthem's credit, Anthem at least had the Iron Man thing, the Javelin thing. Like, that was a good hook that you were like, all right.
reaching for new things.
Totally.
I agree.
Anthem blew, but at least you could fly like Iron Man. That was fucking fun.
Totally.
Nothing about this makes me go, oh, I can't wait to do that one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I see a game copy something so... It's such a meme what just happened. Like, it was so Destiny, it was laughable. It screams to me that they don't... that there's not a lot of maybe creative courage, like they're just wanting to lean on shit they know is good and know works. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when it's one thing to see a game implement things like the pin system, like Fortnite jumped on because it was like working, right?
And from Apex, like copying that.
You know what I mean? It was that you can just include that stuff, but Fortnite with its own identity already. This feels like it's just grabbing from things they know work.
Yeah.
Slamming it together and packaging it in a way that that they're relying on. It's a new title, so it's exciting.
I also worry about monetization because, I mean, it's the whole
service.
Thing seems built for that. Who knows how it will launch in terms of its monetization? We just literally don't know. Look, as I said, I don't want to like shit all over it and be like, this is garbage, it's going to be so bad, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, because as I said, remnant from the ashes. You look at that game in action and you're like, this is not the best. You play it though and you're like, this is so cool, I love it.
Definitely.
So I'm not counting it out. But at the same time, nothing about what I've seen so far makes me jump for joy. I will definitely play it. I will definitely take a good look at it. Give it an honest chance, But I was not enthused by that reveal. I think that does not look like an interesting game. That's my high level.
When I play it, I think you're right. I will openly go in going, let's just see what this is, But
Someone says, I'll wait until they overhaul the game, like Final Fantasy 14 and Anthem. It's a live service game. It's going to launch with a really shitty launch. Everyone's going to hate it, and then like a year later they'll release.
Gaming. Hey guys, how are ya?
It's pretty good gaming here.
Hey,
guys,
good to see you guys.
They'll and then like a year later they'll come back and they'll be like, guys, we fixed the game. We're charging you for an expansion. Pay us some money and we'll make the game good. That's how it all works.
Yeah, I mean the thing about live services now, I don't think there's a single live service apart from Division 2 that.
Division 2 launched well, but then didn't follow through post that. Yeah. Every other live service has launched... No, actually, Borderlands 3 launched quite well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But look, 9 times out of 10, that's the point I'm getting at. 9 times out of 10, it's always a bit of a disaster, they're going to go up against not only launching a live service... Is this their first live service game?
From Square Enix... No, well, I mean, obviously they've got like Final Fantasy 14.
But they're just publishing it.
No, well, I mean, this is People Can Fly, so this is their first game,
Okay.
so yes.
So the point I'm trying, so I think this is also going to be a learning curve for them, and
It's always a massive learning curve.
Oh, massive learning curve.
That, yeah.
And on top of that, you're also going toe to toe with games that you've kind of borrowed things from, and
Yeah.
you look kind of like. So it's just going to be hard.
My friend Racevic in the chat, go check out his YouTube channel, by the way. Makes the best shit on YouTube. He says, I can't help but feel like this pursuit of live services is the 2000s MMO craze
So
all over
true.
again. The only hope is that mid-tier size titles like Remnant can succeed too. Yeah, totally. And I feel like live services are kind of running out of steam. Or at least the looter shooter live service stuff is running out of steam.
It
Like,
needs a
it's-
big change.
Or I just think we don't need any more of them. Like,
They played in Warsaw 3 weeks ago. Pretty good gaming. Cool. So you played this.
I played this. Okay, cool. Oh,
Cool.
fantastic. Yeah, great. So what did you guys think of it? Pretty good gaming. Did you anything?
Yeah,
I don't know.
actually,
You'd be still under embargo, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Charles?
maybe you can't tell us. That's okay. But what I was going to say... What was I going to say then?
No, I just feel like I think on top of all of the other issues that I have with what I've seen, I just don't have appetite for another looter shooter. And I'm someone that likes this genre more than most people.
Yes.
But even I am like, listen, it's time to move on from this and do some other things. Like,
Yeah.
I really am feeling that. Destiny is incredible for what it is, and Borderlands is super fun for what it is, and Warframe is super fun for what it is. And I just don't know that we need another one of these games right now, especially
Definitely.
one that doesn't look great. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't look great.
Yeah, I feel like Destiny has had the opportunity over the last, 8-9 years, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, to like sharpen the axe and get it as good, better and better over time, even if they kind of memed it up when they released Destiny 2.
Yeah.
To come out and try and just like compete is going to be very difficult. But you're right in saying like it is like the MMOs, and it's like the card game thing, but the Hearthstone comes out and then everyone wants to release a goddamn card game. This is very much like the looter shooter at the moment, and I think people are a bit exhausted by it.
Yeah.
It really needs to be shaken up. If you're going to try and compete in the looter shooter space, I really feel like you need to be like, we have an idea no one's ever done, and this is going to be so unique that people won't be able to resist. They need to jump on it and play this. And I'm not seeing this in what this is at the moment.
I agree, and I really feel like the graphics are an issue given this is next gen. I mean, look at Godfall on PS5 and you're like, cool, that looks
incredible.
pretty great, This one is like, you should have shown us some PS5 or some Series X gameplay and we should have been blown away by it. We should have been like, fuck man, even if this game is boring ass garbage, I'm still going to play it because it looks so pretty. And in absence of that, you're like, dude, what is that? What?
It's a
How?
strange
How does it
world.
look so bad when it's next gen? Like,
Yeah.
how does it look like that when it's a next gen console?
It's a strange world because like if we get really nice graphics and they don't deliver, everyone's like, "Rah!" And then they might show actual graphics and everyone's like, oh, that sucks. It's such a middle ground. How do you get there? I don't know.
I think
No,
they
but I'm
just
joking,
show
but like,
good next-gen graphics,
Of course, I'm just fucking around. But like the bottom line is, if you're one of your major draw cards is this is going to be on next gen, and it looks so meme worthy, then that's a shame. Now, Pretty Good Gaming, what do they say?
So Pretty Good Gaming did actually play this a few weeks ago in Warsaw. They say, embargo lifted 20 minutes ago, game is fun, shooting is satisfying, powers are awesome. I think of it like a buffet, lots of elements. They didn't show off the RPG, multiple choice dialogue, deep lore. Okay.
Did you see any
That's cool.
microtransaction kind of stuff?
No, they wouldn't show that.
No, it wouldn't show it, yeah, cool.
So look, Pretty Good Gaming, guys, check them out. By the way,
Definitely.
they're like similar to us, clickbait YouTube channel.
They're the British lads.
They're the British ones.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh yeah.
They have played it themselves and they say it's pretty good. So look, that's good. As I said, I'm not counting this out. I'm not saying this is terrible garbage and you should completely ignore it. It could be good in the playing. Pretty Good Gaming seems to think it is, so that's encouraging. I'm going to go check out a whole bunch of other previews from other people
Yeah, it'd
as
be
well.
interesting to see.
We will maybe go hands-on with it in the future if they do something in Australia. But look, I think that's pretty much it, guys. We'll probably wrap up the stream there.
New meme hat incoming, yeah.
New meme hat incoming?
We'll have
Oh
to
god,
see.
that's an Outriders
We'll
hat.
have
Should
to
we
see.
pre-order the Outriders hats?
Yes, just in case.
So guys,
No, but look, I mean, all in all, just wrap it up. I am excited to see what this game is. I do feel like that was overly
I'm not excited to see
underwhelming.
what this game is. I'm not.
I'm excited to see what this is because I don't know. I just there was a lot of interesting elements there. I do feel like it's copying everything, but I do want to jump on and play it. I
just don't think there are any interesting elements there. I really disagree with that.
No, sorry. In terms of interesting elements that have been amalgamated all together, and I'm not saying that's ultimately a good thing, but I'm interested to see them all work together and see if it actually works. But it is such a meme to see. It's such a Destiny influence on the menus, but
yeah.
I do want to see how this game performs, and maybe you're right. Maybe like the Remnant, you jumped on and it's it's quite good if you actually play it. You know,
For
who
sure.
knows?
Anyway, guys, don't forget
They
to...
confirm no loot boxes.
Okay, they confirmed no loot boxes, no comedy, and other monetization. Cool.
Sure.
Thanks, Pretty Good Gaming. Guys, click on Pretty Good Gaming. They have 20 minutes of gameplay that they just put up, so you can see it yourself. I'll go and check that out myself as well. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the Laymen. We're going to be live tomorrow again with the
Laymen
normal
Live.
Laymen Live tomorrow, so tune in for that.
And we've got Wilson on a few days coming up in our Let's Play.
I just uploaded a review for Wilson Lords of Mayhem
Check
on
it out.
the Skill Up channel. It's a very good game. I think you should buy it if you like ARPGs. And Sonic, go see it. It's really good. Sam did a review it on his channel
Thank you.
as well.
I did. Yes.
So that's it. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap up the stream there. Love you. Appreciate you.
Tomorrow.
Pretty Good Gaming out.